Meanwhile, President Cyril Ramaphosa does not intend to resign as ANC leader despite leading the party to the historic loss of an electoral majority it has held for 30 years. Though he is bitterly disappointed that the ANC barely polled 40%, sources close to Ramaphosa said he stated that much is at stake and South Africa is in need of political majority that can provide stable governance after voters tore up the odds by making his predecessor Jacob Zuma's Umkhonto weSizwe Party the third biggest in the country. The only route to stability for Ramaphosa and his closest allies within the ANC is through a working arrangement with the Democratic Alliance. The party's Gauteng leadership and younger members of the ANC National Executive Committee have thus far favored the Economic Freedom Fighters as a coalition partner, but this thinking has lost some of its currency with a far lower share of the vote than in 2019. Several high-ranking ANC sources have confirmed to the Mail and Guardian publication that they are advocating such a tie-up to create a centrist government and would not countenance any concessions to Zuma's Umkhonto weSizwe Party. Some suggested there is an in-principle agreement between the two biggest parties that they will work together. One said, there is alignment, it's a question of ironing out details. The question is what form precisely such a pact will take. It places the DA squarely before an existential dilemma it has seen coming for a while, arguably even before its highly accurate internal polling system foretold the possibility of Umkhonto weSizwe Party winning up to 14% of Wednesday vote. There are two options. The first is a full-blown coalition in which the official opposition becomes the junior partner. The second is a narrowly structured pact where the DA agrees to cooperate on particular steps required for the government to function, notably the election of the president in the National Assembly and the passing of the national budget. In return, the Democratic Alliance will secure key positions within Parliament that will allow it to hold the executive to account. In any heckling of this nature, it is almost certain to demand greater devolution of powers to provinces. Cooperation has long been cast as an impossible ideological meeting which ignores the divides within both the ANC and the DA, the latter having for several chapters of its recent history struggled to reconcile divergent positions on black economic empowerment, to name but one issue. Two members of the ANC Provincial Executive Committee in the Eastern Cape said Ramaphosa was adamant that forming a coalition with the opposition was the pragmatic option. The province catapulted Ramaphosa to the ANC presidency in December 2017, including his re-election to the party's top position 5 years later. However, there is a rebellion within the ANC in the same province over the president's choice to go with the DA instead of the EFF or Umkhonto weSizwe Party. Another source revealed that the agreement the president is going with is for the ANC to form a government and the DA takes the legislature, including the Speaker of the National Assembly and chairing the parliamentary portfolio committees. But another PEC official reiterated that the ANC would lose its base. That is the black working class in townships and rural areas should the party adopt Ramaphosa's strategy. Going into bed with the DA will ensure the ANC sleeps forever and does not rise. The Economic Freedom Fighters and Umkhonto weSizwe Party will be the biggest beneficiaries. DA Member of Parliaments featuring near the top of the party's list have said they doubt that this second option, known to be favored by Federal Executive Chair Helen Zille, will allow it to stem the excesses of the ANC executive. They noted that even when African National Congress portfolio committees have been chaired by the people, prepared to a non-partisan stance, this has had little real effect. DA leaders who are due to attend an all-day meeting of the Federal Executive on Sunday also reported that there have been calls for a conventional coalition with the ANC from within their constituencies. For now, however, it appears from what has informally been placed before the ANC that the DA is leaning towards option 2. It entails concessions from the ANC on key pieces of legislation, including the National Health Insurance Act, signed by the president a fortnight before voting day. Sources within the ruling party described Umkhonto we Sizwe Party's election day coup as factional split, which has been coming for some time. Several suggested that the ANC structures in the province were effectively playing both sides on and just before voting day. The EFF President Julius Malema on Saturday told the media briefing that his party will not impose the removal of Ramaphosa as a precondition for the participation in coalition with the ANC. Malema said the EFF will not get involved in the ANC's internal leadership battles and will not make any call for him to resign as a president of the party or the country. It will be happy to work with either the ANC or with Umkhonto we Sizwe Party, the provinces or nationally. What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.